Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Mudblood Cal here, and today we're gonna be making a mock draft. So I'll probably do one more of these before we actually get, you know, into um, the actual draft, whenever that is. I think late April. We're just gonna keep this order. There will definitely be trades. That's just how the draft works. So we'll make a couple as we go, but I want to start right here at the top. I really don't think there's going to be a trade with this Bears pick because I think the only spots where for the Bears it's profitable to make a trade would be 2, 3, and 4, and I don't 2, 3, 4, and 5 really. Maybe 6 too. I don't really see any of these teams moving up. More the teams in the 7, 8, 9 range. These 11 too. Just teams that need a quarterback are who's going to move up. But I think the Texans are good. They think they're going to get Bryce Young. The Colts are good. They think they're getting C.J. Stroud. So unless the word gets out that the Bears are going to take a quarterback, then this pick is likely staying right where it is unless they get a massive haul, which is possible. It's the number one overall pick. But with the first pick in the draft, I think they're going to take Will Anderson. I think he's the best player. And then the Texans are going to go with Bryce Young. This is a pretty easy one to project. And then the Cardinals are going to go with Jalen Carter. I know he's having his legal issues, but assuming those get figured out and he didn't do anything wrong, which I have no idea, he'll go there. And then we'll have C.J. Stroud going at 4, and then Tyrese Wilson going to the Seahawks, who can get a good edge rusher, very good edge rusher. Like I've seen some people say he's the best player in this draft over like a Will Anderson or a Jalen or a I can't remember his name. What's wrong with me? A Jalen Carter. Yes, I know. Yeah, okay, I know how to football. Um, and then so the Lions come up, and I think the obvious pick here, especially when you look at this PFF draft board, is Devon Witherspoon or Christian Gonzalez. But like, I don't really like. They definitely need a corner, but I don't really see it happening. And you look at their other needs listed. This linebacker class is terrible, and the defensive interior class isn't stellar. I think the highest dudes can't see here, and I do not see him going top 10. Definitely not at 6. Um, I don't really think they're going to draft a quarterback. I think they're going with Jared Goff at least for another season or two. So I'm going to go with Christian Gonzalez for them here at 6. At 7, I think it's the Raiders' time to shine. They want to do some crazy stuff. They're going to take a flyer on Anthony Richardson. I do think they'll sign a veteran free agent quarterback because Anthony Richardson is undoubtedly a project. What we saw at Florida State, um, there were a lot of crazy plays, but also a lot that were pretty bad, especially for the first half of the season. Um, the Falcons also think they're going to get quarterback. I think they're going to go Will Levis at 8, and then at 9, the Panthers really should trade it up, but I guess they didn't want to trade with their division rivals, so now they're stuck out of a quarterback again. But really, if you're the Panthers here, you just want to take the best player available, and unless there's someone that shouldn't be down as far as they are, I really think that's Ryan Branch. So at 9, Eagles at 10, and a bit of a surprise here, but with Miles Sanders walking, I think the best move for this offense is to go grab Bijan Robinson. I'd really hate taking a running back in the first round, but Bijan Robinson is just that good of a football player. Um, both the years I watched him at Texas, I was like, damn, this dude is a fucking beast. And that's because he is. He's an amazing player. Um, the Titans are going to grab Quentin Johnston from TCU, not too far away, you know. And then for the Texans, I think they're going to go ahead and I don't really see them getting a tackle. They don't need a cornerback, but I do think a wide receiver would make some sense for them. So pairing up Bryson Young with Jackson Smith and Juba, you really with Juba, you really need a plan on how to use him. You can't just get him and assume he's going to be great right away. you need a plan. The Jets, I think they're going to trade probably with saying the Saints. I feel like the Saints would probably be interested in moving up. Okay, maybe not trade. They're going to cash in. Um, don't there's not really any tackles. I don't really think they need a tackle unless it's a right tackle. I'm pretty sure Swerkansky's a left. Same with Paris Johnson. I'm gonna go probably probably Nolan Smith. That seems like a very Robert Salah pick right there. And then Van Ness, another guy with the last name Van something or other on the Patriots. Not no surprise there. The Packers, I really don't see him taking another first round wide receiver after last year. I think he'll probably try and grab a couple guys in free agency, maybe a Darius Slayton. Same thing goes at tight end, so I think they'll probably looking at their needs here, edge or linebacker. But with how the Packers are, they might be trading a quarterback, which I would more than bet on. But they do have Jordan Love, so as much as I don't think they want to take a wide receiver here, so I guess if they're going to keep Aaron Rodgers, they won't take a wide receiver. But if they trade him, then I think that's going to be the move, and I think that's probably um, not Jordan Addison, but the next guy up after that, which is Josh Downs from North Carolina. PFF has him pretty high, and I kind of agree with that. Um, Now, if you're the Washington football team, this isn't where you want to be. But at this point, you just got to take the best player available, and that's by far, Devon Witherspoon. I have him following in this draft. I don't really think that's because he's a bad player or anything. That's just how the draft's going to shake up. He could very, very well go to the Detroit Lions up at whatever at 5. He could go 5. Um, that pick for me is between Christian Gonzalez, Brian Branch, and um, Devon Witherspoon. And then I think this is also another pretty obvious pick with Peter Skoransky from Northwestern. The Lions are up again. They're definitely trading down. There's no doubt about it. I am going to be having the Kansas City Chiefs move up. I think they are very, very interested in the tackle. So I think they're going to give their first and a third and a fifth next year to move up. And they will get a seventh this year also back. Um, I don't care. Sorry, PFF. Not trading it. Who's on the clock? Is it the Chiefs? It should be the Chiefs. Oh, did the trading in button not make it break? What? Oh, I did it wrong. Okay. Um, let me just, let me just, let me just. Okay, ignore that trade because that was not what I meant to do. Anyways, I didn't realize I would have to select it. The Chiefs are definitely going to tackle here. There's no doubt about it. And they're going to go move up, grab Paris Johnson Jr. Um, from Ohio State. He's an extremely, extremely good prospect. The Buccaneers, another team that needs a quarterback, but they're kind of screwed here. So Dalton Kincaid, I don't even know how to say his name. Um, by Deontay Banks. um, so hopefully, maybe someone for Kyle Trask, starting Kyle Trask in the NFL as your quarterback and not having a competent backup would be insane. I can definitely see Jacoby Brissett ending up there. Um, for the Seahawks, I think Miles Murphy is actually who did I have him drafting? I'm trying to remember. Who did they take? Oh, they took Wilson. Okay, so maybe not Miles Murphy. In that case, I'll go with Kainsey, another really big option for the offensive line. The Dolphins, of course, forfeited their pick. Why? Great question. I don't remember. Um, Joey Porter sounds like a name that the Chargers would take. That's not why I have him taking him. And then I think the Ravens traded away a DB earlier today, and not Brian Branch. What was his name? I don't know, but they traded safety away. Um, I don't remember what this guy's name was. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing. But anyways, I'm gonna have him take Deontay Banks from Maryland, a homegrown kid. Um, which I think would be a definitely interesting interesting move. Yes, I know what I'm talking. Oh, it was Chuck Clark. They traded him to the Jets for a 7th rounder. Um, the Vikings are up here. They're going to take Miles Murphy. He's the best player left on the board. There's not a lot of interior offensive line. That's another spot where this class definitely struggles. Is in interior offensive line. There's just not a ton of talent. So Jaguars up next. They're definitely not taking a wide receiver. They're loaded there. Tight end's definitely not an option. When you think about the Jags roster, I think DB is the best spot, but there's kind of no one here. Emmanuel Forbes, I don't really have a first round grade on either with Cam Smith. I have him lower than PFF has him. So, I think it makes a lot of sense for Jackson. Looking at this, I think it makes a lot of sense for Jacksonville to trade down, and trading up. I'm going to have where are they at? Oh yeah, okay. The Bengals at 28. So they'll give up their first round pick and their second next year because they really want to trade go through. They'll get a 4th and a 7th back. It's going to decline it. I don't care. I don't even know why I bother. So they're going to trade up and they're going to grab Brian Brees from Clemson. Not a really, really good interior guy. 2-state Clemson D-line guys going there. For the Giants, they're going to grab Zay Flowers. Hopefully he can turn into something, a real asset for Daniel Jones as he moves forward on his like $40 million a year contract, some ridiculous number. The Cowboys now they're gonna go ahead and take William McDonald the 4th or the 6th. I don't know my Roman numerals. I think that's the 4th. I would hope so. 6 is too many. Oh, I took Broderick Johnson. That's fine because that's who I was gonna have him take anyways. Then the Jaguars are up here again. Not really the Cards haven't really gone their way, so they're not going to trade down a second time. They're just going to cash in and grab who they believe is the most talented player on the board, and who I also believe is, and Felix Adun Key Uzama Ozoma. My bad, that's embarrassing. I should be able to pronounce names. Saints need a quarterback for the future. Or no, they don't. They got Derek Carr. What am I on about? Saints have Derek Carr. They're not getting anyone else. So they kind of have no cap space at the moment. So I have a feeling they're gonna make some cuts. I think Terran Armstead could be a guy that you see get cut. The Eagles, it definitely makes the most sense to go interior offensive line here. And I think that's going to be Osiris Torrance right here. Um, you know, guard positions, they're losing free agents, tackle, they're losing all sorts of guys on offensive line and defensive line too. So that's really where they want to rebolster, as well as adding Bijan, which I think would be a really good pick. And then at 31, the last pick of the first round, I think the Lions will take Tanner McKee to hopefully be their starter in a couple of years. Let's see how it grades my draft. This whole video is basically an ad for Pro Football Focus. Except don't buy it because I mean, it's kind of useful. Did it grade them? Do I have grades? this is it. Where are my grades? No grades? Okay, whatever. But anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video. I'll do one more of these before the draft. But let me know which picks you didn't like, which picks you did like. Here's all of it for you, so that you can see. Maybe I got your team completely wrong, and that's okay. Feel free to let me know about it in the comments. Leave a like, subscribing, follow me on Twitter at MudboyCow, and I'll see you guys all